Tonight, we will be looking at the ADP National Employment Report, or NER, by ADP Research. This video will walk you through the elements of the report using the latest report for May 2026. All materials shown are on the ADP websites at adpemploymentreport.com and payinsights.adp.com. They are shown here for educational purposes only. The ADP National Employment Report is a monthly snapshot of U.S. private sector employment produced by ADP Research Institute in collaboration with the Stanford Digital Economy Lab. Unlike government surveys, it's based on payroll data from over 26 million workers across nearly 500,000 companies. It is intended to be a robust alternative to government data and is also timed to release before the BLS report. Right here at the top, we have links for subscriptions and to download the historical data. And below this, we have the headline number. This headline number shows the total jobs gained or lost in the month. This number of 122,000 for May 2026 came in slightly higher than Bloomberg's economist survey, which expected 120,000 new jobs. The headline also includes mention of how many super sectors grew and how many employers. The first section we have in the report is the change in U.S. private employment. And this shows the changes across national, industrial, establishment size, and region. These graphics are fully interactive, so you can filter data and you can also change the time scale with the slider. The next data point in the report is the change by establishment size. This differentiates between small, mid-sized, and large, with subcategories for small and mid-sized. We see gains in all categories for the month of May. Here we have the changes by industry. This is the 10 super sectors that were mentioned earlier, and it mentioned 8 out of 10 grew, and the 2 that did not were natural resources and mining and information. At the bottom of the report, we have a calendar. This is going to give you a list of the dates for the upcoming NER releases, plus the dates for the weekly NER Pulse, which is a shorter report released on the weeks that the NER report is not released. Next, we have the technical notes section, which explains how the data is calculated. In summary, the NER collects data on who is on payroll and who actually got paid as 2 separate metrics. The ADP data results are adjusted using the BLS's quarterly Census of Employment and Wages, or QCEW, which ensures they align with federal, state, industry, and size parameters. The data is also seasonally adjusted to account for events such as holiday hiring spikes. The final note in this section mentions that payroll data for a person working multiple jobs will count as multiple data points, meaning a person with 3 part-time jobs will appear as 3 employees with no distinction based on individuality or the number of hours worked per job. Finally, here we have the FAQs, where we can find some additional details on the report. It mentions here that the data is based on real-time payroll data and is a non-survey alternative to government reports. It mentions Pay Insights as well, which is another report from ADP that we will see shortly. Down here at the bottom, we also have the subscription link one more time. And the subscription page will give you headline numbers for the NER, for the latest NER Pulse, as well as the NER Pulse itself, and the headline information for Pay Insights. You also have links to the NER and Pay Insights reports from here. Scrolling all the way to the bottom will get you to the subscription link where you can subscribe to the report. Now we will look at the ADP Pay Insights report. Here we have data specific to pay levels and changes over time, tracked using the pay data from nearly 15 million workers. Again, we can subscribe and download historical data from the top. Here are the headline numbers. These are the median annual pay for people who stayed in their job and the percentage change since the prior month. ADP differentiates between pay increases for people who stayed at their jobs versus those who changed jobs, with about a 2% difference between them for May 2026. The difference indicates a very small percentage point gained by job changers versus those who stayed with their employer. The median pay change numbers we saw in the headline are then shown graphically with the same interactive chart format as before. Here we can see the numbers across worker mobility, gender, age, industry, and company size. The Pay Insights section shows year over year changes in annual pay by demographic, industry, and company size. And finally, we have the pay data by state. We have pay levels per state, and we also have pay changes year over year per state. Below the report, we have similar content to the NER, such as the calendar, with dates that coincide with the NER, and technical notes. In the technical notes, this describes the methodologies, which involves differentiating job stayers from job changers, wage versus salaried workers, and shows the data distribution by categories. You can see where the data is skewed towards specific industries, age groups, and large employers. That is all for this video on the labor market reports from ADP Research. In future videos, we will look at updates to this report along with how this data compares to other data sources to form a bigger picture.